What's up, people? It's Career Ended here, back with some more SPL action. I actually just started recording from the start of this game, but then my internet went out, so apologies again for not catching the game at the start. We got a really good game here, one of the highlights of the week for sure. Fade, John Filch, iHeart, Cat Grills versus Mr. Operation Scald, aka Niko. Oras is really awesome generation. It's also in a really good place as a meta right now. So I really want to be able to catch this. Niko's got some really cool team. He's got an Aerodactyl on it, so I wonder if it's a Mega Arrow, regular Metagross, or vice versa. Diggers V2, Earthquake hit him below. Watch out there. Megalati, Clefable, Rotom, Balance on John's side, so we'll see. Manaphy's already got its tail glow up. John was able to get up the rock with Garchomp, take minimal chip. Ooh, and the Ferrothorn looks to be able to take two of those if it's leftovers. And it is. So static limits Dogma. We're going to see what it's going to be able to do with the second Ice Beam potentially. Yeah, and Volcarona was revealed to be Life Orb, and with Stealth Rocks up, doesn't look to be any removal on Niko's team, except I think Aerodactyl might be able to get Defog in this generation. But unlikely to see that, of course. But Volcarona sitting at a clean 33%. Ferrothorn, being at that low would, well, if it takes another Ice Beam, being at 4%, 10 after leftovers would be pretty good for the multitude of threats that Niko's got in the back here, like a Metagross or an Aerodactyl. Like I'm really not sure what this Aerodactyl's. I know that there's been a Rocky Helmet defensive set to help limit Lopunny being used recently. It gets a Brox, taunts, has an Ice move, but typically just wants to Earthquake, Excadrill. So yeah, Fade just gets up a Spike, and we're gonna see maybe a Mega Latias come out and T-Bolt to revenge this. Interesting. Lets the Ferrothorn go down turn 6. This Laddie is really gonna have to carry the load. There's a Diggersby in the back and a Bisharp. So I wonder if the Garchomp is already into +2 Sucker Punch range. It's not gonna be easy for Niko to get up a Swords Dance, but there is the revenge on the Manaphy, as Latias does reveal T-Bolt and does pick up the KO on it. So very nice for Mr. John Filch. Yes. We see that Niko is on the scooters. I actually forget what team John Filch is on. This is a little bit embarrassing. This is not the first time this will happen. I don't have an encyclopedic memory of every SPL team, but I do know that Fade's a really good Oras player, so I want to catch this game live. Oh, someone's talking in the chat. Lead Volk is crazy. Is it now? Let's go re-inspect the start of the game. Lead Volk on the Rotom, no less. So like, what's fast Rotom? So probably Scarf Rotom. Okay, so that Giga Drain damage is pretty solid. It actually switches out. It didn't want to like just lose it to a rock mover. An EQ even would have done a shitload of damage, and I guess even if you Giga Drain or QD up, you're not doing much. So going to the Manaphy and being able to basically trade it for the Ferrothorn is not a bad start for Niko for sure. So let's see. Oh, and actually, the Aerodactyl did come in defog, so very cool. So we're probably gonna see a Mega Metagross in the back. Of course, the Scarf Rotom is actually really annoying for Niko here. So John's actually had a rough start. I think he's 0-2 at the point, but he's looking really fine here. Niko's cool offense team is well, we'll see what the Bisharps can do. I wonder if it's probably not AV here trying to pursue the Laddie. But the Volcarona is now seriously a win con. Holy shit. That thing could, if that thing is Bug Buzz and Fire Coverage, oof, that thing can get a Quiver Dance off on Clefable. Well, I guess I get T-Wave by Clefable, but we'll see. The Rotom locking itself into electric move, perhaps. I don't know. I guess it could. There's a Diggersby. So the Garchomp does come straight in. Takes 49. That's probably a Life Orb damage, if I had to guess. It actually wasn't. So maybe Black Glasses? Or maybe this Chomp is just faster than usual. Could also be a solution. 49 seems like a lot of damage. Might just be me. Might just be the maximum roll. Altair del Infinito. I wonder if that's like... That sounds like Italian to me. I don't know. Altair's that guy from Assassin's Creed in my head, you know what I'm saying? But pretty strong nicknames on the part of Dr. Operation Scald here. Dr. Operation. Okay, well, we'll see what's gonna go for here. Garchomp is faster, so he could just get up the rocks here. I wonder if he would hard switch to Volcarona. I feel like that's actually not a bad play. If he can take an EQ, which he probably can. I mean, it's Life Orb, but like Volcarona, I think he's got 85 HP, 65 defense. It could definitely take an uninvested Earthquake. I guess it would fear a Dragon Tail to phase it out, especially if Fade's just gonna click rocks here, right? A Dragon Tail would be a death sentence to this Volcarona, but if he can get it in, he forces like a Rotom to click Hydro Pump, and if he dodges the Hydro Pump and is able to get off a Quiver, it's GG, basically, I think. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to find better use for his Volcarona than that, honestly. Keeping Bisharp in the back is totally fine, too, as well. So he does actually just SD there. That's a pretty good trade-off, honestly. Because now the Clefable, the Latias, and I bet the Drill probably can take a sucker. Oh, and Fade's got Roar. So, completely demolishes the game plan Niko had there. Very cool. Roar Garchomp. Not even detail. Just Roar. Ooh, very strong. So now that Volcarona is looking really sad with the rocks up. Diggersby, though, still in the back. I wonder, Scarf Digger... I was going to say Scarf Diggersby could be funny, but the Rotom is still faster, so... because an Excadrill is not going to be able to take 2 returns. I don't know. Excadrills have been really, really bulky lately. You could run quite a bit of physical bulk on that shit. But usually the bulky ones are special in my memory. But this probably could... I wonder if it's double Scarf. That might even be a thing too. Team's not fast. They got a Mega Latias and a Scarf Rotom, I guess. But yeah, actually brings in the Excadrill on the... Wait, not Scarf Rotom? Am I missing something? The Rotom was slower than the Metagross, but faster than the Volcarona. Is this Volcarona slow as shit? What is happening? Oh, now I'm confused. Well, the Zen Headbutt did a lot, so it's definitely not physically defensive Rotom, but it did outspeed the Volcarona, did it not? Like, what am I missing? So we see a Volcarona sack on the Excadrill. This might actually be Scarf Excadrill then, especially since this Rotom is not Scarf. So I actually am convinced this is Scarf Excadrill. Oh, and the Diggersby's coming in on the Pokemon, and if you didn't know, Earthquake is really strong on Diggersby because it's got that huge power, bunny power, Japanese translation, absolute tremendous ability that just says, here, you can take a 2x multiplier and no one can take your attacks anymore. So the Rotom would die. The Latias would be able to take a return, but returning on this, this is a really like man's man turn of what's he gonna click, right? Like the normal move just sends everything packing, but if you normal move and Fade just attacks, you look a little bit silly. But I guess all he does need is the I wonder if return. I actually don't know the calc on that, but I wonder if return into Sucker would just kill. You might need to sack the Metagross for bullet punch damage, and at that point you're just lost, I'm sure. So he does frustrate, and what a man! Oh, and he gets it right. Good for Niko. So we really have a game here, ladies and gentlemen. I do think the Diggersby is just going to be able to take the Ice Beam. This is not bad, of course, from Fade, honestly, because the Latias is just dropping to a Sucker and or a Meteor Mash anyway on a Speed Tie. So could fish for like a Thunder Wave if that's his last move outside of Recover slash Roost. And we do just see a hard switch right to Metagross. Actually, he wants to preserve the Diggersby health. Makes sense, of course. It's his way to kill the annoying Excadrill. So no Life Orb from the Diggersby. I wonder if that is choiced in any way. On the Latias, I'd really struggle to think that's banded damage, and well, maybe it's Scarf. Oh, and we see a Power Punch on the Metagross. That's really cool because it's going to be able to get up to +2 here, and Bullet Punch is easily going to put the Excadrill in range of some cool stuff. Some cool stuff like Sucker Punch and Quick Attack. So yeah. Bullet Punch is going to do a lot here for sure. 38. Wow. That's gotta be in Sucker Punch range for sure. Especially if it is Black Glasses, like we did see the Garchomp take 49. I wonder if he would just go to Bisharp and Raw Sucker. And that does look to be his plan, yeah. So Fade can bring in one of the two things that die to Bisharp and see what happens. The Clef probably can take an Iron Head, so that's exactly what happens. Turn 21, here we are. Excadrill in the back, 62. I wonder if this Diggersby could collect SD and kill that. Oh, and the Iron Head just crits. So it looks like that's going to be the game because the Clef needed to be able to T-Wave this Bisharp to, yeah. Oh, he just goes back to Excadrill here, but like it's still in Sucker Punch range. Like nothing has changed from turn 20. Yeah, GG. Well, I guess that crit on Clefable was a little bit sad, and John Phil's just gonna fall to 0-3. What a crazy start for him. Absolutely talented player, but wow. Oh, we see some salt. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He got a little bit unlucky this game. Niko definitely pulled some luckiness out of the bag. The Roar play with Garchomp really was cool. That was cool. That was good for Mr. John Filch, but yeah. It is what it is. Pokemon gonna Pokemon. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys all in the next one.